You've actually been walking with me and finding out about this thing called Reset. And now I can tell you that coming up in October, we're going to be publishing Reset42, a podcast. And we're also going to be doing some live video interviews, but the podcast is going to be a weekly thing. Looking forward to you joining us and subscribing. Over the next couple of days, we're going to actually release a little bit more information about where you can get hold of the podcast, how you can get on the email list. But as a starting point, just follow us on Facebook. Come to facebook.com/theandrewpitchford, and we'll start drip feeding a lot of information about. So where did this whole idea of Reset42 come from? Well, I've been looking at the way in which people are able to pivot or reset their lives when different things happen. And sometimes we think about big tragedies, things that massively go wrong and bring us to a grinding halt. And we think, how do we actually get up and running again? And then sometimes it's just that we drift into the curve. We just really haven't done much at all. Maybe we're just tired. So over the course of the Reset42 podcast, we're going to be exploring about 6 different ways in which life hits a little bit of a barrier, sometimes a big barrier, and how do we actually keep moving forward. So we're going to be looking at things like what happens when your ideas, your life, your dreams are stolen. How do you reset and keep moving forward? What about when you've had to kind of shift priorities? Maybe it's because of family or education or career. That's had something to do with it as well. And sometimes we just stall. It's just that it's a season. It's something that you can't really work out, but it feels like everything the brakes came on. Who pulled the handbrake? That wasn't fair. And then you just need to get momentum happening again. And then there are those moments in life where you have tried your best, but you're just stumped. You really don't know what the next answer is. And maybe you need some outside advice. Maybe you need to rethink things from a different way. Maybe it's a book, a movie, a friend that's going to be the catalyst you need for change. And in amongst all of this, we also recognize that there are times when we shelve ideas. We kind of think, nah, that'll never fly. It's not going to work. We put it on the shelf. But maybe now's the time to actually pull it back down and kick it into gear. And at one point, we are going to cover what happens when we are just plain old stupid. So if you want to find out more about Reset42, and maybe you want to work out what does 42 have to do with resetting your life, do a bit of Googling. I'll drip feed some information, and I look forward to you following us on Facebook. So all I can say is, get ready for Reset42. It's going to be a podcast that you can download weekly. We've already got 6 interviews in the can with some incredible people who've changed careers, people that are sailing the oceans, people that have had some traumatic situations that they have had to really process in order to move through. And I hope that we're going to be able to spend a little bit of time with you and maybe even tell your story. If you'd like to be on the Reset42 podcast, I am going to tell you how you can do that and give you information about how we can do an online recording with you. We've recorded people in the UK. We've recorded somebody that was in a dock in their boat in Valencia in Spain. And I've had the privilege of interviewing my own daughter, which was a very heart-wrenching and emotional interview. And I'm looking forward to sharing that one with you as well. So it's starting in October, Reset42. Remember it. Follow us on Facebook for the time being, and we'll send you more information as we go. Good to be able to give you a little bit of a tease, and I'm looking forward to sending more information on Facebook in the next few days.